At home with Power BI, I'm Zahir Brahim from Sigma BI. Today I'm going to show you how to use the forecasting option in Power BI Desktop. Now, if you know how to use this correctly, it can be quite useful for the business or the industry that you're in. If you're able to adjust it to the specifications of the organization, you've got a really good tool on your hands here, and I show you how to use that. You will incur some problems along the way, but I'll show you in this video as well how to overcome them. All right, are you ready? Because I know I am. Come take a look. Let's go. So there is a forecasting option in Power BI, and the only way we can use that is by using the line chart. And once we are using the line chart, we can only use one value. So we're unable to put multiple values, multiple lines in that line chart and show us the results. We're only allowed or able to do it with one. So this is what I mean. So if I bring in a line chart here for you, okay, so I'm just gonna expand that, and then I'm gonna bring in some information. So what I'm gonna do is bring in LE12 percentage and LE1 and LE2, and I'm gonna put the data in there. Okay, so as you can see, there is two lines on there, and it's giving me the sort of variation for LE1 and LE2. And then I'm going to say, right, okay, I'm going to do the forecast. So if we go into the visualization pane and go on to the analytics, and that comes up, there's usually a forecasting line appears in this section. You don't have that. And one of the reasons is because there's two options there. So if we take one out, if we do the LE2 out, as you can see, the forecast option comes up. So if we click on that, I'll just quickly show you how to create that. So click on the forecast and click on add. And so it automatically gives us a bit of information, but what we're going to say is, right, we want the length to be 6 months. So we press 6 and then click on the drop down menu, click on months, and then you go down, and then you go to seasonality at the bottom. We're going to say, right, okay, we want to do that every month, so we're just going to put 6 points. 95% confidence interval. We can sort of change that as well if you want to. Click apply, and that will give us forecasting. Now, what I like about this as well is when you hover over it, it'll give you the sort of upper bound on what it could be and the lower bound too. So you'll know it's predicting within that area, but it's giving you a solid line as well to say, right, okay, we believe it's going to be around this sort of percentage. Okay, that's how easy it is to do forecasting. I wish it was that easy to do forecasting. What you are going to come into is when you try to use this option, it's a lot of the times it's probably not going to work, and the reason why, the reason for that is it's because of the formatting of certain values you're putting in there. So I'll just give you another sort of example. So if I just click on the line chart now, click on that, and I am now going to go to my date. So I'm going to go to my date and I'm going to say, right, okay, I want to put the date in there, and just for continuity, we'll just put the LE1 percentage in there. Okay, so what I want to do is, we don't want it by the day, we don't want it by quarter, and we don't want it by the month. Okay, so now that's given us a line. So, right, okay, this is what the percentage growth is. So we're going to say, right, okay, I want to do the forecasting. So if you go over to the forecasting, it's not there. So I'm like, well, okay, why is that? The reason for that is, if we go on to date, select that. Instead of date hierarchy, select date. That changes something. Go back into analytics, and can you see the forecast option is there? and then you can start adding it. Also, what you'll get is you'll need to make sure the values that you put in and the date that you put in are set to the right format. So just quickly show you. So if I just click on this variance here, LE1. So if you have a look at the top here, it's down as a percentage. Okay, we need to make sure it's on the percentage and not as a general or a text. So that's quite important when it comes to doing the forecasting, as if the right sort of value is not, the right format is not in there, it won't show it. Furthermore, the date as well. So we could have months here. So I'll just basically show you this. So if I just put it down onto the months, can you see now the forecasting line is not there? So we've got the months and that's showing us, and that's right. Okay, so if we go now to the forecasting, it's not going to show us, and that's because it's up as a text. So it can't be a text, it has to be a date, and we need to make sure that these things are all checked before we can start using the forecasting option. So that's a bit of troubleshooting for you. This will happen. I guarantee you when you try to do it, there will be something that will allow you to use the forecasting option. But what you need to do is check the formatting of each field that you're using and also check on the date. When you go onto the date, you need to click on the month here and then go down to instead of the date hierarchy, go on to the date. Now this is obviously the wrong one, so just for purposes, for these purposes, just show it works in. So just click on the date, click on the drop down and go to date. That'll give you, and then as you can see straight away, it's come up with the forecasting line, which we already tried to put in. So that is forecasting. If you have any issues or any troubles, please get in contact with me. Leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you. If you want me to show you in a different way, please get in contact with me as well. Like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope it solves some of your problems. Thanks for watching, guys. At home with Power BI with me, Zahir Brayman. Learn with us by subscribing to our channel to get updated on our latest videos.